We should be live in just a second there. And we're live. Are we? And we're live. How's it going, guys? Man, what's going on, champs? Hope you guys are doing well. Appreciate you guys actually being on the stream with me on a Saturday night, actually. You know, like some of you guys are, well, most of you guys, I'm assuming, are really busy. But I want to say thank you so much for actually, spending some time with me as well today. Really, what we're going to talk about, we're just going to focus on Bitcoin. That's pretty much it. I'm not talking about Ethereum or any other alts and whatever. It's a whole different scenario. That's a whole different thing we could talk about. Tomorrow we'll do the weekly outlook really as well. For those who actually, like what's important about the weekly outlook is actually gives you an idea of where we're looking going forward in the next, for the next week itself. So, what's that? It's good to be back though. Be back there on YouTube, man. So let's give some shout and thingy that we got. We got Adam Sirhat, Florida man. What you saying, man? All good. Would love to steep drop to 18.5k to establish support for a range. 200 SMA on the daily, 19.5k. Maybe try to break below and reclaim. We'll see how it goes. Gandalf is in the house as well. How you doing? We got Guna. Who else we got, man? Show some love as well. Smash the likes, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the show. You know how we do. We got Seamus in the house. We got John Caboose now. There we go. Bro, I ended up losing 50% capital. Oh, shit. I don't know how to deal with it. Half a year. Well, all right. So, I think we talked about this last time. You got to reduce your risk, man. You got to reduce your risk. Like, look, losses in trading happens. It does happen as well. I go for a losing streak as well. This is my rule. My particular rule is this, right? If I take 2 trades, right, and I get them wrong, I'm strict with my risk management. So if my risk is 2% or 1% or whatever, I stick to that. When I lose 2 trades, what I do then is I drop my risk. Instead of actually doing 2%, I go half because I need to make that money back. That's the key thing as well. If you're losing 50% capital, that's a lot of money, bruv. I ain't gonna lie to you, that's a lot. 50% of your capital is huge. So take a break, man. Like you're not reading the market properly. Obviously, that's the truth, the honest truth. I'm not a bullshit my way around it. You're clearly not reading the market around like how it's supposed to be. You gotta ride the market how it is. So the market, as we know, we just had a pop up. I do the daily trade plans and whatnot in the DCC. So we've been killing it at the moment. So so we've been doing all right. So the question is now, what I'm like, this is what the whole gist of this whole stream really is about. We had a huge crypto run. Is it a bull market? Or is this a bear market rally? If it's a bear market rally, what we're expecting, what are the key levels that that we have to keep an eye on as well? That's the main thing as well for us to start shorting as well. Because when you have a market structure that's bullish, you don't want to phase it, right? You just ride it along on the upside. That's pretty much it. And on the bear market, ride it along on the downside. So when it consolidates, you ride it up and down, up and down. When you break out on the upside, you play on the upside. Breaks down on the downside, play on the downside. That's all it is. As simple as that. Okay. So who else we got? We got Sorry in the house. Thank you, my bro. Thank you so much for that. Like, we got Seamus. I'm chilling, man. What you saying, though? Miko Wave, how you doing? Bomb Biggie's in the house. Good to have you here as well, man. Send my love to your family as well. Aromatic Genetics, what you saying? Did my Twitter get sorted? Oh, yeah. So those who didn't know. So, like, the Daink Country Club Twitter, that got compromised. I'm not going to post it I'm not going to show it now. But it got compromised. Someone hacked it and whatnot. I'll send everything over to Twitter. Waiting for Twitter support to get back to me. And JDE has been too long. Too fucking long. Alright, so let's get cracking onto this onto this whole shit now. It's all mess, right? What I want to focus really is what happened in 2018. Okay? Everyone's talking about how the market, like I don't know if you guys must have seen this, right? 3 years up, 1 year down, 3 years up, 1 year down, 3 years up, 1 year down. What the fuck is this? Kindergarten. Square, 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 triangle. Then square, 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 triangle. It doesn't work like that. The market is if that's the case, why didn't anyone back in 2021 say, yo, guys, sell it? The bear market's coming because we have 1 year down. No one said that shit. Now all of a sudden you want to put pattern. It's all about these geezers, right? They're trying to fit their bias. The bias is like, they're mega bullish, and they will find any reason. Before it was about SMAs, EMAs, TDAs, TITs, DICKs, all these kind of craps, and then Ks and E's and P's and whatever letter they want to talk about, RSIs and PPIs and I don't know, CPI experts as well. It was all about that before. What's going on, Ed? How you doing, brother? Brule's in the house. Good to have you here. There. Yeah, before it was all about these letters and shit like that. Now all of a sudden, we're now going to numbers. Just gonna make sure everything's fine. Fucking hell. We're good. We're good. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. All right. I don't know what happened there. God knows what happened there. Just decided OBS decided to crash on me. Never mind. It's all working fine. But yeah, before it was all about these letters and stuff like that. Like they're talking about 3 years. Like before it was all about letters, and now it's all about 3 years up, 1 year down. To me, I'll be honest with you, it's just a bear market rally. Nothing's really changed. Like let's look at the fundamentals, right? I'm not a fundamentalist. That's not my forte. So whatever I say, I just say it from what my understanding is. But the truth is, right, we just gotta watch the market level to level, right? It's only a level to level play until proven otherwise. Okay, so if you look at the main gist of it, right, this whole Twitter, right, they're all saying that CPI it came out good. Reason being is because the inflation went down by 0.1%. It's at 6.5% at the moment in the US. Still fucking high if you ask me. It's supposed to be 2% max, isn't it? So why are we at 6.5%? We're celebrating. That doesn't make any sense to me. So we still got a lot of down movements going on there. If you look at some of the stocks like Tesla, it's come back to previous I think COVID lows and stuff like that. It's come down to these kind of areas, man. Some of these stocks have just completely been demolished across the board. Individually, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about ES. ES is basically the top 500 stocks. I'm talking about individuals, right? Microsoft, Google, Amazon, all these, like, they've collapsed quite badly as well. The market isn't going to recover in one quick way, right? It's not going to recover in a quick way. Why? Because accumulation needs to take into place, right? So what do I mean by that is basically the price range bands in a particular area and it just stays there. A bit of a deviation up and down or whatever, it doesn't really matter, but it stays and it's capped in there. Why? Because the bigger players with the $1 million and the $1 billion account, they're the ones like these institutions. They want to buy in. They're not going to buy, and all of a sudden they make a mistake over decades upon decades. They've been smart. These institution players are way ahead of us every single time. In what way? Is that they know when they're going to be buying. They know when they're going to be buying. Same like crypto. We should know if this is your first year and whatnot. Take your time, right? There's no rush as well. If it's a time to buy, there'll be a time to buy. Right now, to me, it's just a bear market rally. Like if you missed that massive pump that's happened this week, play it short term, right? So we did a lot of alts. Actually, on Monday and Tuesday, we did a lot of alts in the group, in the DCC group, in Discord, and they all have been quite phenomenal. We had JAR, we had Link, we had VRA, we talked about Solana, we talked about XRP, we talked about a bunch of things, man, and they've done really, really well. Even DOT, for example, as well. And so it's all about taking it time. Take your time. And right now, the way the market has moved, there's going to be profit taking, right? A quick, fast move up, there's going to be profit taking. So start the year, which means, could this be are we making the high of the year, right? If you guys remember, we talked about this, right? Let me open up a clean blank space on TradingView. And what we talked about is literally this, okay? So you've got the body of the candle, and what you got the wicks up and wicks down. That's all you got, right? So let's just talk about if this is supposed to be a bullish year, what you have is the yearly open, right? And from the yearly open, let price come back down and make the wick of the year. So that's the low that's the low of the year itself. It makes the low of the year, and once it comes back, it will always come back to the yearly open. Either we find resistance and keeps and sending off and makes new lower lows. That's another thing. Then we have a continuation on the downside. Or what we do is you watch how the yearly open reacts. Once it reclaims and hold above it, what you do, you take your longs, off you go, play the expansion all the way however it wants to fucking do, and then eventually it will do something like this, and it will close here. And then this is the price action that's happened. We talked about this on Twitter. I talked about it a few times, but that's generally the gist of how the market tends to work off a yearly candle. That's if it's a bullish year. If it's a bearish year, right, what you'll be looking for at the very beginning of the year, you got the open, right? Price rallies away from the yearly open and it just pushes up higher, okay? And then what happens is we watch how the yearly open it comes down. It's going to tag it at the yearly open one way or another, whether it's going to be next month, next week, next quarter, I don't fucking know. It's going to happen eventually. And then from the yearly open, if it holds above it, shows bullish market structure, fine, no problem. You take the longs and we can see we take out these highs, right? And if it's going to be bearish, what we look at is how it goes at the yearly open. If we get back below the yearly open and we start selling off bearish market structure, take the shorts, off you go, Bob's your daddy. Here we go. Let, whatever he fucking does, let it do his thing, and then at the end of the year, it'll look like something like this. And this is the yearly close, like that, for example. And that's a down candle. So if you notice, what have we done at the beginning of the year on Bitcoin? Bitcoin as a whole has been quite freaking tremendous. So if I drop it to the daily, right? Let's have a look at where the yearly open is. Strong ass move actually. This yearly open was on the first, so right here. This is the yearly open, right over here. And you see what we talked about? So price is pushed up. It's going to come back to the yearly open one way or another, right? Whether we keep pushing up, I don't really mind. We start coming back down, no problem. What I want to see is how the yearly open reacts. Do we hold above it and show bullish market structure and we keep on going up, taking out these highs, these highs, these highs, into like probably into here, for example, like this area here. That's like a target there for a long. And that could be a lower high. Then we'll see if we come back down. Or at the yearly open, if we start losing the level here and does something like this, Bob's your uncle. There you go. Take the shorts, play it back down lower. And that's your confirmation that of lower prices. It all comes down to the yearly open. So it's just weird that at the yearly open, we're rallying really, really strongly, right? So be it. It's a bear market rally. We never really had anything in 2020. Sorry, 2022. In October, I was hoping we had one. Didn't have one. November, Sam decided to piss on all our faces and we didn't really have a bear market rally. December, it's the end of the year, Christmas and stuff like that. People got shit to worry about, like gifts and stuff like that. And now where we are, we're now started the beginning of the year and we're pushed up. So we just talked about the yearly, what happens at yearly open. So that's important. Now, Now let me relate back to previous years. Okay. For example, right? Let's look at last year. Let's look at last year, 2022. Where the fuck is 2022? There's this motherfuckers at. So 2022, we started off. That's December. Wherever it is, January. Okay. 2022. Look at this. We push up to the yearly open, right? For a day, bear market rally, right? Not even bear market rally, it's just bear market. Come back down, find resistance, one more resistance there, wicks into it, and it plays away. And what happens? We come back to retest the yearly open again. There's a deviation, gets back below, loses its low. That's a key low. Off we go, sells off, and we know what happened to the rest of the year. Let's go back. Let's go to 2021. Use the same principle. 2021. Here we are. Where's the yearly open? December, right over here. January, off that little candle right there. Let me. What the fuck was it there? There we go. And you can see what happened. And this is a bullish month. We make a small little wick over here, no problem. Pushes it up there. Find support. Bullish market structure. Off you go. Take the highs. Take each liquidity as it goes. Takes these highs, and he pushes up and he rallies away. When it comes back later on, about 5 months later or 6 months later, really, where do we tag? The yearly open. If it holds it, takes out these highs, what do we do? Bullish market structure. Take your fucking longs. Off you go. Take these highs. Take these highs. These highs and XYZ. You know how it is. We saw what happened in 2021 towards the end of it itself, of the year itself. Let's go down to let's do 2019. We're going back into fucking 2020 actually. Fuck it. Let's do 2020. Look what happened here. 2020. Where's the freaking yearly open? Right over here. This candle there. That little tick all over here. Right there. Look what happened there. We rally away, right? And we come back and we lose. It's obviously this is COVID and whatever. I don't really give a shit about COVID. All I'm saying to you is just strictly what happens to the chart itself. We come back down, and when we get back down, we find resistance. There's a deviation, comes back down, finds resistance. If it was to be bearish, we want to see this low, come down this low, break down, find resistance, and then we can take the shorts, playing back down, taking all this liquidity on this side and this side. That's a possibility. What happened is we do a break in market structure, taking out these highs over there, find support above the yearly open. That's your long. Off you go. Take out these highs there, and then what we do is we wonder, do we come back and take out these highs? And we do. So the yearly open is going to get retagged one way or another. Let's go to 2018. 2018 is what I want to fuck it, let's do 2019. Let's do 2019 as an example. Where was 2019? 2019, let's take out these highs and shit like that. You know, I'll just show you. I'd rather show you it to you. So 2019, the 1st of December, 1st of January was right off this candle here, that one candle there, okay, the long ass candle. And look what happened. We start running away from the yearly open, right? We come back, find resistance, support, support, support. Then we get underneath it, resistance, resistance, and then we come back down, come into this particular area there, gets back up, bullish market structure, off you go, find support, take out these. Once we take out this high, well, this is what's capping the market there, blast off, then we start taking out liquidity all the way through whichever the way it wants to fucking go, and it does on the upside there. Okay, now 2018 is what I want you to focus on. All right, 2018 is what I want to touch base on. Okay. Thank you, Renault. Thank you. It's not about killing it. It's just like, alhamdulillah, just it's worked out. It's worked out. I mean, you have to remember, like, I don't want to celebrate like wins and like my wins. They are losses, and like in all accounts there is as well. But I may be getting it right now. Eventually, I'm gonna get it wrong, and then I need to flip bias. That's what it comes down to. It's the important thing for me that, like, going forward is about, are you able to flip bias? Everyone can say, yeah, they can trade. Like, look, I'm not the greatest at all. I don't think I'm the greatest. I think I'm decent, but can you really flip bias and play the longs there? A lot of people who will be thinking are shorts have been liquidated. People who are taking longs are taking it right, but a pullback's gonna be a pullback's gonna happen as well. So I'm taking profits as I speak anyway. So we just play it as it comes up, right? But smash up the likes and let's get cracking. 2018, all right? So this is 2018. What I want to show you in 2018 is this now. All right, we're going to talk about this just a second there. So where's 2018? Where did we start? 2018 is here. Here it is. That's it, 2018. So 2018, January is right here. All right, so the down candle's right here. All right, so the yearly open is literally here. This is the yearly open. We rally away, right? We come back down, make a wick down, no problem. Then the second day, we rally away, clean smash above us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days up on the upside, right? 5 days. In this instance, we really had what, 14 days of up candles there. So different, and like it's different. I mean, don't come and say to me, oh, this time is different, we're gonna keep running on the upside. Chill your fucking beans, right? Just chill your fucking beans. But anyway, when you see how this market runs, right, the way this was going, right, in 2020, we had the push up, right? The push up on the and we made the all-time high. Made the all-time high here, and all we did a stop run this high, comes back down, breaks down. That's in December. We come back down, we make a lower low, right? Then it makes a lower high, and then it comes down over here. What we do at the start of the year, we run these highs. Can you see what I'm talking about? So let me just run this out. Delete all this shit. This high here was when we start making lower lows, lower high. We don't want to see this. We don't want to see this high being taken out. Really, if it's going to be bearish, we want to get underneath it and make continuation with lower lows. What we do at the start of the year, we run these highs there. And once we run the highs, you can see the detail. Let me just draw a straight line. If I draw a straight line, you guys can actually see clearly. That's the high there. We find support for 1 day, right? The next day we come back down and gets back below it. And off we go, back into yearly open. There's a bit of a deviation. Once we lose this low, happy days, retest, sells off. And that's all it is. The key thing that I want you to pay attention really is that at the beginning of the year, we had a rally in January in 2018. Those who didn't play the game back in 2018, let me tell you how it was. It was phenomenal. Everyone was getting excited. The fucking market was popping. Freaking party town. Everyone thought they were going to be millionaires. We really thought we were going to be kings. We thought we clocked the system. We cracked it down. We're fucking living it, right? Then 2018 comes in, right? Plays in really well. As you can see, 5 days we started going back down. 20k is all-time high. We were thinking 20k, let's fucking do that. Go 40k. Everyone can, you know, like, you can party and shit like that. We're gonna be. We made it. We really thought we made it. I'm telling you that that's how I felt. I don't know. Maybe someone else feel differently, but I really thought we was gonna go to all-time high. What happened is bear market hits, and it was one of the most painful bear market I suffered. Really, it's the only one that I actually experienced there. So. The same thing. We have a rally at the beginning of the year in Bitcoin. I'm not talking about alt. And a rally in the beginning of the year. We take out the highs. We come back underneath it and sells off. Now, my point is, I'm trying to explain to you, is it going to happen the same exact way? Well, very similar, right? As a fractal coming into where we are currently in this market right now. What are the highs we're talking about? So let me just drop it down to the weekly, right? First, and let's just talk about the market structure. I'm talking about the market structure there, and then we're going to focus on what the deal is. So market-wise, this is it. So as you can see, we had bullish market structure all the way up there. High highs, high lows, high highs, high lows, high highs, high low, high high, high low, high high. market structure shifts completely the moment, right? As a from a key big time fractal, right? Is once we take out these lows, it was game over, and we can agree with that, right? Once we take out these lows, that's an absolute confirmation of breaking market structure. Whether you didn't want to actually have this one over here, or that you didn't want to believe in this one, not a problem. But this one, once we lost it, it was bear market. That's a confirmation. It was fucked, right? No one can argue with that. So we've actually had grinding all the way down. Now the shorts, how this works, right? Really is like when you're shorting, you're taking out liquidity. The market is all about liquidity hunting. Okay, you only need one bear market to wake up. I agree. I totally agree. So what happens is liquidity is hunting. When you're coming back down, right, you're playing at the market on the downside, where you're hunting liquidities at the stops. These are most likely going to be key stops, key areas of stops. There's going to be liquidity there, liquidity here, liquidity here, well, really liquidity here and whatnot. There's going to be liquidity. And as you can see, at each liquidity point, we take them out. We take them out. Everything was taken out. Liquidity was taken out over here. Even this liquidity was taken out there to a point. I think it's this one here. There's a flat body candle there. That's been taken out too. It's been taken out. Now, the thing is, what I need to remember is that in a bear market, right, or in a bull market, the market goes in one particular direction, clearly, right? Where there's a bull market, the market goes on the upside. There's a bear market, the market goes on the downside. What's important is like, you can't always just say bear, but you can't just short everything. It's not going to be that simple. Right, just like in the bull market, you know, people were actually looking for longs, and they were longing all the way here. What happened? We have a pullback. We push up. What happened? We have a pullback. We push up. What happened? We have a pullback. What happened? We push up. What happened? We have a pullback. We push up, and we completely break market structure on the lower on the daily, for example, and starts pulling back down, and he comes back to the yearly open. All we got here is the same thing. We're having, this is the low. This is, to me, it's the key lower low. That's the key lower high. We have consolidation in this particular area here. And then what happened is this candle here makes the new lower low. So that's still the lower high. So now there's two things I want you to focus on. The market, right? I'm quite perfectly fine with either way, but I want to be a bit cautious about it. Can take out this high over here and do similar to what happened on the upside. Pushes up. Once we come back down, look for your shorts. This is your confirmation. Play back down. Flat body candle. You know? Back into the yearly open. You know what I'm saying? This is an area of consolidation right here. So at least retest that as target one, and then we take out these flat body, well, that's a flat body candle and whatever, and come back to the yearly open as the target two. What happens next? We have to be quite careful. So if the yearly open, for example, let me show you, I'll give you a rough example. The yearly open comes back to here. We're going to see if we hold above it, shows bullish market structure, take the longs, off you go. Or do we actually finally lose this area here? And then we can open the doors to that 12k area that everyone wants at. Whether the market goes to 12k, 10k, 9k, 8k, free, I don't fucking give a shit. Nor should you. It's about an opportunity to buy. We're going to be in my opinion, I think we're going to be in a very prime area to just start buying when the time comes. I mean, I bought some alts and whatever. I told the guys in the group I'm buying some alts and whatever. We talked about Total 2s on Twitter and whatever. We discussed about Total 2 in depth in the DCC, and it's been a very interesting way of the way it's market. The market's been playing. So anyway, what I want to see is like, does this happen? That's the first action. That's the first plan that I've got there. The second plan is does the absolute lower high, which is here, do we come up, run these highs up there, something like that, and then come back down, bearish market structure, and then let's go back down to level as we go into potentially the yearly open, and then from the yearly open see what happens. There's a lot of situation going on with the whole Genesis thing. Apparently it was in 1.2, I think it's 1.2, 1.7 billion they were talking about. That was the in depth. The actual figures came out as 3 billion. There's a lot of mess going on in Twitter behind the whole doors as well. Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. The market will do whatever it wants to do. The key really thing, there's a key really thing, that doesn't make any sense. The key thing that I'm looking at right now, if I drop it to the daily, is where are we at? Really and truly, if I were to show you this, where it's going to what's acting as resistance is this particular block here, right? This area right here. That's the area that's acting as resistance. Now the key, so what I'm quite happy we could do something like that. come back down, breaks down. I'm happy to take the shorts, play it all the way back down into this high over here, and then we'll see from there. Do we come back down and play it into these areas there? That's target. That's the next set of targets there, and potentially the yearly open. That's what I'm quite happy with. Or do we do something like that? Pushes up, takes out the highs, hold above it, breaks down, still plays, and then we can follow the plan that we talked about as target 1. And then if he comes back down, yearly open, which will be somewhere around, I think it's around here, the yearly open, and that'll be target 2. That's the key thing that we're looking at. And after the yearly open, do we hold above it, bullish market structure, take the longs, or do we actually break down below it, bearish market structure, take the shorts? That's the key thing I'm looking at. So we play the longs. It's been a really, really good long. Want to be a bit more sensible about it there. That's the shorting scenario that I'm talking about. Now, what happens if there's a bullish, a bullish scenario? Very possible. How will I get on board if I want to take the bullish play? All I gotta do, this is the block that I'm looking at. I want to see price shoots up. If I can get a retest of it, happy days. But if we get a bullish market structure, keep going at the next set of liquidity is here, and the next set of liquidity is here, and then we can start to look for these highs over here at 25.2k or something like that. And that's the target that we're looking for. I'll probably front run it somewhere around here. I'll front run it here. Let me just draw that line properly. Right there. I'm quite happy to front run some. You gotta take some profits. There, and then we'll see from there. Do we go back up, below, play back down, or do we actually decide to say, yep, let's fucking go, off we go on the upside? I don't fucking know. But that's what I want you guys to pay attention to what's going on there. If there's gonna be a bullish market, we've got we've got proof. We need proof. We need further confirmation. This is the absolute confirmation. That lower high. Once we take out this lower high and we find support of it, then fine, let's play the fucking market to 28k, 29k. Step into 28, 29k, let's play the market to fucking 44k. I don't fucking know. But why can't we actually just play the market as it is? Let's not get too hasty. Don't be an extreme bull. Don't be an extreme bear. Play the market up and down. Like you guys went through 12 months of bear market. If you haven't learned now that you gotta take fucking profits, you're gonna have a hard time in 2024, 2025. I promise you that. Because that greed at you is a sign of arrogance. And the sign of arrogance is when the shaitan whispers. And when the shaitan whispers, you've lost. That's the fact. I've seen too many people in my lifetime. Family, for example. Like I've got an uncle, was a complete millionaire in the 80s. Late 80s, 90s as well. It was a complete millionaire. Arrogant motherfucking shit. And talked in eyes and me, I did this, and hit the chest and stuff like that. Bro, these guys are all waste mans, isn't it? So don't worry about them. Do your thing, focus on yourself. Play the market as it is. If it's bullish market, no problem. We'll wait for the bullish market to happen. Take it at one step at a time. But let's just break this down in another way. I showed you this kind of plan. What do we also have? We've got July's low. That's July's low. I've got to make sure that's correct. Yep, July's low. And July's high is right, I believe, here. That's July's high. That's the range. Let me join. There we go. We've got fucking levels there. And then we've got the mid-range, which comes into around here. And look where we are. We are just at July's mid-range. We're going to have some reaction. It's normal if you actually start pushing up, right? And then have a reaction. It's normal. So if you were to step up and hold above it, which was nearly where the block was, hold above it, bullish market structure, off you go. Take your fucking longs. Play up into the range high, and this is just a range band environment, and so far this is proven to be a deviation. That's all it is. Like, there's so many ways to play it. Just take your time. Don't rush it. Now, if I want to look for shorts, right, and I want to actually narrow this down, then well, how do I do this then? All right, let's just mark out some of these key areas. And well, I already did so. Let's drop in the 4 hours. So actually, let's go on the daily first. Let me mark out our block, right? Where's that block I want to highlight? That's the block there. Let's go on to the 4 hours. Fuck it. Let's do the 4 hours, innit? There we go. Fast move up, fast move down. Look at this motherfucking move right over here. Fast move up, fast move down, innit? Like, well, vice versa. But yeah, it's been a nut. It's like a nut job anyway. So how do I want to play the shorts there? Let's see what we got. Let's go on the 1 hour. What do I have here? All right, making lower highs now. Interesting. On the 1 hour, you can start to see market structures slightly looking to shift over there, finding clear resistance over here. Lower high there, lower high there. What's holding the market there? Short term. Let's have a look. That's the range band environment. That's a low. and that's the high. That's the range band environment. If I want to take a long, if I want to take a short, do I have some oops, do I have something as a complementing factor? Well, let me just delete this there. You can actually hide this fuck there for a second. Let's get a clean basic chart there. Well, that'll be the pivot that I'm looking for. Really, I probably would be happy to front run it right over here as a target there. Fuck it. Let's have a look. So what do we have? So we got a range band environment there. I can use this as a trend line. Does it work? Should work. I believe so. This is a trend line right there. Let it do its thing. If it wants to fall above it, happy days. I mean, we got a range band environment, but really, I mean, really and truly, once we lose this area here, let it do its thing, get back down below here, and then comes down. Yeah, let's say just use this, right? For example, I can take my short, right? Invalidation is here. Play it back down into this area, target one, and go over here. That's not a fucking bad play. What does it come into? It really comes back to the range low, and then from the range low, see what happens. I mean, if we do something like this, happy days. If we start back up and shows bullishness, we play it back up to 25% and then play it back to the mid range. All it is right now, it's a range band environment. Don't get too excited when it comes to these bullish plays, man. Don't chase them up, right? If you're not good at chasing it, like don't do it. But so far so good. Bullish market structure. Look, let's just fucking explain this for a second, innit? Right, so yeah, bullish market structure. What I was looking at. Let's have a look at this. Clean this all out. This is on the 1 hour. I mean, I took a long the other day and it's fucking beautiful. I ain't gonna lie to you. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Pretty much, if we lose this low, then it looks like we're gonna come back down to what I was talking about. These areas here as a shorting scenario itself. But if he wants to go up higher, let it go higher. We'll see what happens. What's going to be key is the weekly close. The weekly close is going to be key. Once we get the weekly close, we're going to see what the deal is. Literally, if you look at the weekly, we're fucking taking out some liquidity out of nowhere. Where the liquidity we're taking out? This bad boy over here. We're taking that out, right? We're taking this motherfucker over here. We haven't taken this high over here, but we'll see what happens. So do we get a Sunday scam bump? I don't know. I'm not really going to take any longs position. I'm in like spot buys and whatever, taking some profits as it is across the board. For example, BNB was a banging motherfucking trade. BNB was banging. I even posted on the DCC. Let me try and get this bad boy out for you guys. Alts. Yeah, where the fuck was it? There's so much plan. Here we go. I did this on my phone, fam. That's how gangster it is, innit? But anyway, that's the plan. This is literally the plan. This is Monday's range. Monday's high, Monday's low. Stop run. I was playing it all the way back there to the mid range. Play it back to the range high itself. Then for me to, and I took the profits over here. Then I was looking at, okay, what do we do? Do we come back into the mid range over here? Then shows bullish market structure and run up to these highs there. I do want to see $300 taken out, and we do so. We do so. If I were to show you quickly, this wasn't really the plan actually. I was just going to do BTC, but and I went off topic a little bit. Anyway, fuck that. Here we go. Let me see what the deal is now. Take out the auto shit. There we go. And you can see clearly, right, what happened. What did we do? Exactly to the plan. Where do we come back to? The mid-range. Am I making this shit up? No, I'm not fucking am. Where the fuck are you? Right? No. Bastard. Come on. There you go. Look. I said back to the mid-range. Back to the mid-range. Pushes up. Reclaims and hold above it. Bullish market structure. Off you go. Here you go. Bob's your uncle. And what do we do over here? Well, let's have a look. Back to the mid-range. Reclaims up there. Bullish market structure. A little bit of a pullback into this area there. That's all support there. A bit of a deviation. Bob's your uncle. Off we go to the range high. That was an easy trade there. So, I think market as it is, you just got to take it one step at a time. Honestly, one step at a time. Don't get too excited about it. There's levels to take it as well. Take your profits. Don't be too greedy. There's liquidity resting over here. Does it take it out? I don't know. But BTC wise, it's going to be interesting of the next week as well. My thesis, I'm thinking that we could look for clear shorts, right? Will be around the 22nd of January. All right. So don't ask me how, but I have a feeling the 22nd of January is going to happen. We're going to have a pullback, right? So we'll see. We'll see if I'm right or wrong, but that's pretty much all I really wanted to say. If you guys got any questions before I head off? It was just a short stream. I thought I'd do it for you guys as well. What's Sir Hat saying? Then there was some goodbye by the 4 year cycle of the miners that were calling the dump and liquidating at the top. Fundamentals have been lick step with this whole time. We're drunk in the US. Yes, Florida, man. Enjoy the thing of the day, man. Um, Bobby's your uncle. No, for real. I got a fucking uncle, right? Like it's not an uncle, right? But he's like, when you're Asian, innit, everyone's your uncle. I got a fucking geese in it. Is it like my dad used to call him By Bob. I don't know why they call him By Bob in it, but he like when he came over to the UK, like he didn't. I don't know what his real name. I generally don't know his real name, but my man obviously was a bit ashamed of being a Muslim in it and having a Muslim name in it. So he told like the work that like his name is Bob. So yeah, so my dad kept always called him By Bob in it, like by in like in the in the Asian continent side as well means uncle, and no, sorry, means brother. Bye. So brother Bob. So I don't know how he's doing. I hope he's all right though. Right, that's it for me, guys. Hopefully that's helped you a little bit, and then that you guys got to take that forward in your own style, especially when you're going in the future in 2022, 2023. Well, even this year, actually, so 2023, 24, especially this year, looking at how the yearly retest has done. We've done some examples in regards to how it plays back in time. There's a retest somewhere along the lines there. So I'm expecting a retest to come on the yearly open for Bitcoin. When will it happen? I can't tell you exactly when, but we'll keep an eye on that. So that's it for me, guys. Take care of yourself.